the empty jar. Leo slumped in his chair, a sigh escaping his lips. His mind felt as full and jumbled as his backpack, stuffed with half-finished homework, permission slips, and a forgotten lunchbox. He watched as his teacher, Mr. Allister, placed a large, clear glass jar on his desk. It was completely empty. "Is this jar full?" Mr. Allister asked the class, holding up a bucket of large, smooth stones. Without waiting for an answer, he carefully dropped the stones into the jar. Clunk, clunk, clunk. They filled it almost to the top. "Now," he said, "is the jar full?" The class, including Leo, nodded in agreement. Mr. Allister smiled. "Are you sure?" He then took a bag of small pebbles and poured them into the jar. The pebbles rattled down, settling into the spaces between the big stones. Leo leaned forward in his seat, his eyes wide with surprise. The jar still had room. Next, Mr. Allister picked up a bucket of sand. He slowly poured the fine grains into the jar, and they sifted down, filling every last crevice between the stones and pebbles. The jar looked completely packed now. "One last thing," the teacher said, holding up a pitcher of water. He poured the water into the jar, and it soaked into the sand, filling the jar right to the very top. Leo watched with a look of wonder. The jar was finally, truly full. "This jar," Mr. Allister said, looking at the class with a warm, knowing smile, "is your life. The big stones are the most important things: your family, your health, your values, and your dreams. The things that truly matter. The pebbles are your job, your house, and your money," he continued. "And the sand and water are all the small things: your chores, your video games, your social media. If you fill your jar with the small things first, you'll never have room for the big ones." That night, Leo looked at his own jar. His room was a mess, his homework was still not done, and his friends were waiting for him to play a video game online. He remembered Mr. Allister's words and decided to put the big stones in first. First, he went to the living room and sat with his mum, telling her about his day. Then, he sat at his desk and finished his homework, a big stone and a pebble, respectively. Finally, he got to the small things, and they felt so much better because the important things were already taken care of. Leo's mind felt clear and calm, just like the jar after the big stones were placed inside. He had learned that by prioritizing what truly mattered, everything else seemed to fall into place. His life, he realized, had plenty of room for everything.